What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916, and you tune in to another edition of my vlog. Want to say thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting the channel. You know I'm all about that positivity and that motivation. And today I want to talk about life is all a connection. And what I mean by that is connections run the world. Connections dictate society. A lot of people would say smarts dictate society, but if you look around, there's some people who aren't that smart who hold very powerful positions in this world. And they're in those positions because they have the right connections. You always get asked, how important is an education? And I say an education is very important. Knowing how to communicate, how to interact with different people, how to socialize, things that you learn in school are very important. But more important is where you go to school and who are the people you go to school with. Because those friendships you make, those connections, will play a big part in your life down the road. If you look at probably the top 1% of the world, most of those people are somehow connected through family, through marriage, through some type of friendship, alumni. There's some type of connection, and they basically share that wealth around each other. It keeps circulating. And once you get in, as long as you don't burn your bridges, you can continue to make money. A perfect example is Hollywood. If you look at a lot of the movies, certain producers, certain directors use the same actors, and they use the same crew, they use the same special effects people, same editors. Everybody has their designated group of people that they work with, and it's all connections. Trying to break into that circle is damn near impossible unless somehow you are related to somebody in that circle and they give you an invite. They allow you to come in. But it goes back to what I said, life is connections. Even in the streets, I've seen guys who were broke one day. They didn't really have too much going for themselves. They ran into a good connect. A year later, they balling out of control. They houses, cars, traveling. If somebody came into their life and they was able to put one and one together, and they made it happen. So all the way around the board, whether it's on the street, whether it's in the legit world, whether it's in the corporate world, political world, entertainment world, connections play a major factor. A lot of people change their names so that people don't know that there's a nepotism going on, so people don't know that they're related to somebody else who's famous. And a lot of people want to make it seem like they made it on their own, which you have to apply yourself. You still have to have a skill set, regardless if you are a child of a famous actor or director or producer or what have you. But having that door open makes a world of difference. And having somebody who gives you a chance, because it's like the lottery. Once you get in and you have a hit show, a hit series, man, that's something you can live off the rest of your life. You got people who are still eating off of Miami Vice, off of reruns of The Love Boat, reruns of Archie Bunker, Good Times. Somebody still is getting residual paychecks from that, mailbox checks. And so being tied into that circle, it's a big thing, man. And do your research, do your homework, man. I mean, athletics, if you're good, you have talent, you could possibly get a foot in the door. But then again, it goes to your relationship with your coaches relationships with agents, with other recruiters. So it's all connections. Once again, that coach, that mentor who knows somebody who can make a phone call, because there's people with a lot of talent that never get the chance because they don't know the right people to display that talent. And sports, you're talking about, once again, less than 1%. It's very competitive, and even with talent, it doesn't guarantee that you'll be in the game. You got to also know somebody at that level, because everybody's got talent. Everybody's on some superhuman type time, and having the right person in your corner who could get you that introduction is the game changer. So just be conscious of the people you surround yourself around. I mean, perfect example is, look at these parents that are paying for their kids to go to these schools, $30,000 to take the SATs, $40,000 say they were on the road team, and $100,000 to say that maybe they were on the soccer team or the crew team. I mean, man, why would someone pay that much more for their kid to go to a school if it didn't mean something? And to people who are, mad or upset about that, you can't really be, you could be mad and upset about it, but I mean, it's right before your face, man. It's the game. I mean, I can't be mad at it, because once I really sit back and look at it, this is how the world works. The world works off of connections. They had a connection to get their kids in, and by all means, they were going to utilize that connection to get ahead in life, and that's what it's about. Nobody plays the game fair as far as what you've been taught, and a lot of what most people have learned was indoctrination. So they've been indoctrinated to believe certain things, to react to certain things, to accept certain things and not question. See, I question everything. When I see somebody doing something, I question how they got there, how long they've been there, where they came from, and I don't get upset. I become very inquisitive, because I know how the game works. You can't be emotional about the game. You gotta play the game to your advantage. But I'm just trying to lace you up with some game. And if you have a young child out there, get them in a magna school, a charter school, one of these gifted and talented schools, so they can get an advantage, and put them around some squares. Even if you have to bus them an hour or so to school, do so, man. Make it happen, and do so smart, so you don't get caught up, because they tripping off of using somebody's address now, but they do it all the time for kids playing athletics, using the coach's address. But make that sacrifice for your kids, so that they have the right people around them. Because the older you get, it's a lot harder to get into those circles. You got to buy your way in. You know, you have to, you know, maybe become a part of a country club, which is going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars, or you got to go purchase that six-figure exotic car so you could join the Aston Martin club or the Ferrari club or the Lamborghini club, and now you can rub elbows with other people who are affluent. So, you know, everything that runs this world is based on connections, which lead to money. Connections allow you to make more money, and anybody who says they don't, they're lying to you. Connections increases your wealth because people know other people. Why do you think these politicians are trying to raise so much money? Think about millions and millions of dollars to get into a position of office that pays maybe $300,000-$400,000. Some of them maybe $180,000, because it's the connections. That pay is nothing compared to the amount of people you're going to be rubbing elbows with, the people that you will be able to, you know, socialize with to make more money. That's why it's so important to get some of these, you know, get appointed to certain positions when it comes to, you know, government, Department of Energy, you know, the ambassador of England or ambassador of France or Morocco. Man, those are connections, man. You're over there doing business. You're meeting people to open up doors for commerce and trade. And that's what runs the world, commerce and trade. So if you ain't trying to operate outside your comfort zone, if you're not trying to you know, shake the tree a little bit, then hey, you know, cut this video off right now, because it ain't for you. You're not trying to make moves in life. If you're trying to make moves, keep watching. Subscribe to the channel. Do a quick check of who you socialize with and what connections you're making. If you're making an effort to go out and meet new people who are going to open up doors, or are you just kind of floating right now? Maybe this video motivates you to kind of take the extra step to go meet some new people and you know, turn a corner in life. And I'm not saying, you know, everybody is going to be a millionaire, billionaire, but this is what this channel is about. It's about being a millionaire, billionaire. It's about getting it, you know, and it's about being motivated and about people helping each other and being successful. So, hey, if you don't like that, then don't watch Big Herc 916. But if you're about getting your paper, you're about trying to elevate your conscience, you're about connections, making lifelong friendships with people who are gonna move and shake the world, then hey man, keep watching my videos and get laced up. Big Herc 916.